What's up, NWF Army? This is Kenny Cummins here, chilling Kenny C. I'm a proud representation of the Army, and I am joined with my guest that wants to inform everybody that you will eventually meet your demise, representing the money changes everything crew. He goes by the name of Kris Demise, and I'm rocking his brand, his shirt. You can get that at the merch at the shows.
Yes, sir.
Um,
I got one on too.
yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna rock this shirt at the Rumble show coming up in Covington too.
Oh man,
So
because we gonna win it. We number 30.
yeah,
That's what we want. All
yeah,
three of us. Number
yeah.
30 spots. So
We're gonna get
MCE
to that.
heavyweight team.
We're gonna get we're gonna get to the Rumble show in a bit, man. But since I'm getting familiar with NWF this last few months, just get the feel for the wrestlers and everybody that's there. Um, just talk about, man, you getting started into wrestling.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Um, it's kind of been not too long of a journey, I guess. I started with the NWF back in I want to say 2019. I started training there in January of that year. I had my first match in September. I'd done a little bit of stuff before that. It's kind of up in the Dayton scene at the time when I was in college, but I ended up having to stop. Came down the Bone Crushers, trained there with Roger Ruffin, Wildcat Chris Harris, Swingers, one of the coaches there, Pompano Joe. But I had my first match there September of 2019, Future Stars, and been rocking it ever since.
So I'm definitely a fan of NWF. Um, I like the talent. It's a lot of good characters on there. It's just a fun-filled promotion.
Yeah.
So I definitely have. I like what I see. I've
Mhm.
only been able to go to Covington shows this year so far. And it
Okay.
looks like that trend is going to continue when I make my way to the Womble show on.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you'd be able to make this Friday. We're at Burkus in the Ludlow Theater this Friday. But
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm not going to be able to make it to that show, but
okay.
I definitely will be at Covington for the Womble show for sure.
That's a big
Uh,
one.
so get your tickets for the NWF shows at nwfwrestling.com. You can get your tickets there or you can get them at the door. But with these shows, you never know. It could be packed. I've heard a lot of things about the Ludlow shows being very packed crowds.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Um,
packed this Friday.
so yeah, Ludlow, Kentucky. Fasten your seatbelts. So get
Mhm.
your WrestleMania weekend started right
Yeah.
with NWF this Friday at the Ludlow Theater. Um, so yeah, man, I got my favorites in NWF, and MCE is right up there. I like the faction. I like the money, money, money theme song. Shout out to I want to give shout out to the big boss Annika.
Yeah.
I want to give
Yes,
shout
sir.
out to the
Mark it up.
homie SOB, the homie Sinclair.
That's the
Um,
boss right there too. Big
and
money.
and he's very entertaining, not just in the ring, but he's very entertaining with the Buzz and Loose episodes because he's
Oh yeah,
doing
for
like the
sure.
recap with Zachary Ryan, and
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to feel sorry for Zach. I think he's going to end up in concussion
Oh
protocol
yeah.
if Sinclair keeps popping him upside the head.
That's a
But
big stack of money he's smacking him with.
yeah, that's that. I mean, money, it can help you and it can hurt you too. So give and take per
Yeah.
se. So speaking of MCE, that's one of the premier factions of NWF.
Mhm.
And so how did that faction got together? How did y'all became MCE?
So actually, uh, I had originally started when I made my debut. I was with Icon Lee. Do you know who that is? You ever
Yes,
heard
I
him?
do. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So he actually brought me in. I was one of his first sheep, I guess you'd say. And we eventually ended up splitting. Uh, no hard feelings. We're still great friends there. But Sinclair offered me a bunch of money, so I really couldn't turn that down. He was in Fairfield. Him and Alex Hayden were already kind of a thing, but he had been having some issues with Jesse Hyde in Fairfield at the time. They were having some issues over the tri-state title, and Sinclair offered me a bunch of money. I was there to help him defend the title, and it was just a good thing. We just kept it going. We decided to form a team. Money changes everything. He always said that, and he was right.
He was right indeed. And obviously, that's been some highlights in this first quarter of 2023 already. And one of the notable highlights that's gotten my attention is your feud with Noah Gabriel and
Oh,
Kobe Kane.
yeah.
And something happened at Bone Crushers.
Oh man.
Um, and if
Let's talk
Gabriel
about it.
were, in the stipulation was that if Gabriel were to lose, he would have to kiss the gold foot, a shoe of
Yep.
honor. You went on to pick up the victory in that
Hmm.
match, and Gabriel, he didn't quite like the outcome per se,
No.
and he was gonna go with that, but MCE had other ideas. And in the end, Gabriel ended up kissing the foot of Sinclair. Um,
Couldn't be me, man. Let me tell you, he was showing me in the locker room. He hadn't shaved it since he heard about it. He hadn't washed it since he heard about the match. See, he knew all along. He was like, "Oh, Noah Gabriel was the biggest thief of all time. He couldn't pass up a chance to humiliate that man." And I'm just glad it was at my hands. Noah Gabriel's been one of my like longest running rivals. So anytime I can beat him down, and it's a great night. Making him kiss a foot, that's probably the highlight of my whole career. I gotta be honest with you. This man kissed a foot, bro. Did you see it?
yeah, I seen the highlights and busting loose. I was like, damn, bro. you know, what in wrestling, things like this could happen.
Yeah.
And, in the end, hey, fans were entertained. Well, unless you're Noah Gabriel, you wasn't
Yeah.
quite entertaining at all.
But
And,
I mean, I will say, he gained a little bit of my respect because at least he was a man about it. I can't say I would have kissed anybody's foot, but he did it. So, what I mean?
yeah, he's
I
an
can't be mad at
honorable,
him for that.
he's an honorable man. He's a man
Yeah.
of his word, given the circumstances. And obviously, Gabriel and Kane, and how ironic I started to see the demise
Mm,
of Kane and Gabriel was at January WrestleBlast. They lost the titles to the Strays,
yeah.
and things really started to fall apart with them since. And yeah, it's
Yeah, man.
something is gonna come to a head, and something's gonna happen at the Rumble between
I
those two.
think so.
So
I don't know if you saw this past Bustin' Loose or if you were at Bone
yeah,
Crushers this past week, but Sinclair had a talk with Noah there, and he made some good points. I hadn't really thought about it, but while we've been doing this to him, where has Kobe been? And tag team miscommunications, that only goes so far. I mean, if you guys are true friends, you gotta get past that. If you guys are a true team, like MCE is a true team, money bonds us together, but that teamwork, that's how you get to there. So I don't know, man. I'm really eager to see what happens because, like I said, they're both dweebs. So I don't know.
Oh man. So let's dive into the Rumble. So
Yeah.
at the previous Covington show, Star Rider successfully defended his title against Mr. Destiny. After the show, after the match, I should say, Star Rider, it feels like that chapter is closed with him and Destiny. Destiny has done everything and anything to get, to hurt him. And to the champ's credit, he persevered.
Yeah.
He talked about wanting to be a fighting champion. And all of a sudden, multiple NWF stars appeared, including MCE Sinclair. I got
Yeah.
a fist bump from him. If you missed that particular busting loose, I got a fist pump from him. So
Oh, really?
appreciate that, Sinclair. You're a real one.
Nice.
So Wildcat Chris Harris heard the chatter and said, "Okay, you said you're a fighting champion. You said you take on all comers. Well, let's put that to the test then. Let's have your title defended, not just in a regular single or triple threat fatal four way. Let's up the ante a bit. April 15th at Hits, Covington, Kentucky. That title is going to be defended in the NWF over the top rope Rumble match, which means for Star Rider, he's going to have to overcome 29 other men
Ooh,
in
man.
order to retain the title. So
That's tough ask right there.
I mean,
I
it,
didn't really I didn't see that coming, man, when Cat came out and said that, but I'm excited, any opportunity at the heavyweight title is great. With that belt comes more money. So we definitely want that. And Sinclair talked about that number 30 spot. We definitely would like that. So hopefully it works out. But Star Rider has won one of the NWF Rumbles in the past, so he has some experience. I think he lasted quite a while. I'm not entirely sure. He might have been one or two in that Rumble, but either way, man, 29 guys, and you know, some of us are on a tear. We've been on a tear. MCE's been kicking butt. Did you see DC? That man looked like a
yeah,
monster. He destroyed two guys on his own that night.
yeah.
So I hate to be in the ring when he's in there, but I don't know if I see Star Rider walking out with that title. I'll just say that.
And I'm just gonna say I was in attendance that night and seeing his reaction. He didn't look too pleased. I would just keep it 100. I was there. I saw his reaction when
You could see through the mask, he frowned up.
yeah, I just saw him. He just didn't look too pleased.
Yeah, he's probably hoping
But
Cat's in the Rumble so he can get something.
yeah,
Punch
so
him around a little bit, huh?
and so check it out, man. The NWF Rumble coming to you on April the 15th. That's going to be at Covington, Kentucky. It's a very nice spot. I'm getting familiar, and I gotta give kudos to NWF because all these years I've been an independent wrestling fan. I've been like focusing a lot on Kentucky because that's where I'm from. That's where I live
Yeah.
in. But NWF opened my eyes. I went to Revolution Rising last year, and I
Okay.
said, I'm friends with Big Mama. I'm friends with Roger Ruffin.
Oh yeah.
And when I interviewed Big Mama this past December, I said, I am going to go to some NWF shows. You will see me at some of your shows. And so far, Covington has been the only shows I've been able to attend. So yeah,
We
I'll
appreciate
be,
you coming out, and I know you kept your promise. I did see that Big Mom interview, and I do remember you saying that.
yeah,
And we sure enough saw you in Wrestle Blast. I think that's when I had that. I had my tri-state title opportunity against Swinger.
yeah.
I didn't come out on top that time, but I know you wrote me on Twitter afterwards and said you became a fan of mine. I really appreciated that for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a fan of MCE. I got my favorites. Um, Reed, Beck Reeves, the woman, Wiley Matthews, Savannah Sweet. Ella. Um, like I've been friends
Big
with
Boss
some.
and Nika, don't forget her.
Big Boss. Big Boss. I like her personality.
Yeah.
She's truly a joy to watch.
Hmm.
So shout out to NWF, man. If you're in the Cincinnati area, if you're in the Northern Kentucky area, please, man, go to these shows. Go to
Yeah.
these shows. So this Friday at the Lotto, Kentucky. This coming Friday, I think bell time is at 8. So go check
Yep.
that out. Then of course Covington on April the 15th. And for those that's in the Cleveland area, they're gonna be headed to Badger County at
Yep.
Burton, Ohio. That's on the 22nd. And Future Stars is celebrating their 5-year anniversary on April 29th in Cincinnati.
Yep.
So check that out at M Woods Place. And then Fairfield, Ohio, NWF is headed your way on Saturday, May the 6th. And of course, Revolution Rising 2 is coming. And of course, we know the big boss will partake in that
Yep.
event as well. Check out the homie Kris Demi, man. He's on social media. That's Kris with a K,
Yep.
RIS, Demise, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. He's on all three
Yep.
sites. And support independent wrestling, man. And I'm rocking the shirt. He's rocking the shirt. You can get these
Appreciate you.
shirts at the merchandise at these shows. I did meet Kris right after not after, but the intermission.
Yeah, I was at the merch table that day.
Yeah, so I got to meet the homie, man,
Yep.
and he's a good dude. And I do want to point out, the aforementioned Nora Gabriel, he did took the picture. Because
That's
I do
true.
remember you saying,
We
"Hey,
bullied him
Dwee,"
into it.
because I do remember you saying, "Hey, Dwee, take the picture." He said, "Okay."
Yeah, he
So
did.
Noah, I know you and Kris are at odds, but I appreciate you taking the picture, man.
Yeah, me too.
So appreciate even Kris. Yes, he got heart, man. He got some heart. You know what I'm saying? So man, what? So obviously, winning this Rumble will be a big deal for MCE for one of you to walk out of Covington with that title.
Yep.
Obviously, with the Rumble, anything can happen. If you are already in a faction or try to form a faction, you're
Yeah.
gonna need your allies. But as we all know, anybody that watched wrestling for a long time, you hear those certain words, every man for himself. But
Mm.
that's to an extent.
Yeah,
Uh
so I don't know about that, man. I think we'll stick together.
yeah.
If one of us is the champion, I think we're all the champion. You know what I mean? I think we'll
Yeah.
benefit from that.
Yeah.
But I
So
mean, not just the Rumble though. We got a lot of big stuff coming up. You mentioned that show in Burton. We got a big opportunity there too. We're wrestling the team of Wildcat Chris Harris, NWF Hall of Famer legend, uh, NWF Hall of Famer Stamp Lickage from Burton area, and Rex in the 6-man tag team, the main event of that show right there. So that's going to be a huge match. Future Stars anniversary. I've been a Future Star. I'm going to be there too. That's going to be huge. So huge couple weeks coming up for us, man. I'd love to do that all as the heavyweight champion. Wouldn't that just be great? Going to Burton's the champion, Future Stars anniversary, the heavyweight champion. What?
yeah, that's
What?
that's that's a manifestation that I'm sensing here.
Oh yeah.
And I like it, man. I like it. So
I need
um
more gold. I need it. I need some on the waist too. I got
yeah,
I mean, I got the neck, the wrist. I need the waist now.
yeah. He's coming for it. MCE's coming for it. So go support independent wrestling. And check them out, man. Northern Wrestling Federation. All the info of upcoming shows will be at nwfwrestling.com. Get your tickets. Ludlow show is this coming Friday on March 31st in
Hmm.
the month of March, right? And get your WrestleMania weekend started up right with Northern Wrestling Federation. Kris, it was good chatting with you at the Shot Through the Heart. It's great to
Yeah.
have you on the show. I just want to send in an invitation to your fellow teammates of MCE. They are all welcome to be on the show if they have some availability.
I'll
And
have to let them know. You know, you might have to pay Sinclair, but I'm sure I could talk him into it.
It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Uh, but thank you, Kris, man. Great chatting with you. I'm a fan of you and MCE, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of you down the road. And who knows, the next time we cross paths, you might be walking out with that title, man, with that
Yes, sir.
heavyweight championship, bruh. And I will be wearing this shirt to April 15th show at the Covington. So, fellas, and then also Joshua and Andrew Reed, that match is
That's a
on the
big one
card.
too.
That's personal right there.
Yeah.
Like I don't see that feud escalated the way
Yeah.
it has. So I can't wait to see these two beat the heck out of each other.
Yeah. I don't
Uh
know who's going to win that one. Those are both two fighters. So, and
yeah,
the way they've been going at it, woo,
yeah.
that's
So
going to be tough.
thank you, Kris, for being on the show, man. Continued success. And if I don't see you on Friday, I'll see you April 15th.
Sounds good. Well, thanks, Kenny. I appreciate you. I'm gonna be looking for you. I'm gonna be looking for that shirt on April 15th.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. You have a good night, man.
You too, man. Thank you.
Peace. All
All
right.
right.